first question is describe the time when you learn a new technology. Well, in the fifth semester in the APT University, I was assigned to create a new web application, and my role was backend developer. Well, I learned new technology. New technology that I learned is Java Spring Boot. Um, the technology that I had never worked before, and my tasks were creating a functioning system for backend. Well, because I have never worked before with the Java Spring Boot, so I create a detailed plan, learning with the documentations, also the YouTube videos to catch up with the deadlines that the instructors have provided. Um, well, after about 3 weeks, I have created, I had created successfully the APIs with Java Spring Boot with some basic CRUD operations. The result for my team was uh, good enough to pass the subject. Also, learning Java Spring Boot brings me a benefit to be an intern Java Spring Boot at APT Software. So I'm really happy with that result. My second question is how you troubleshoot the bug or the failure in your application or system. Well, troubleshoot a bug or a failure in application. I usually follow 5 steps. Um, first, first step is reproduce the bug. Second is reading the error message. After reading that message, I will isolate uh, where is the problem area, and I use after that I use the debugger tool in the IDE to debug where is the real bug placed. And after knowing where the bug is, and I try to fix the bug is the also the last step. For example, when I worked at a position internship in APD software, after receiving a ticket of a tester about a bug, I usually read through the ticket and reproduce the bug. If the ticket also shown the message with the same bug I have reproduced, after that I will isolate where the bug will place, the area the bug place, and after that I use the debugger tool in the IDE. For example, the JetBrains IDE IntelliJ. I debug in that tool and find out where is the bug, and after knowing how to fix it, I fix it immediately and assign back to the tester to test the bug again. Yeah, that's how I troubleshoot the bug and or a failure in the system. My third question is, in your opinion, what is more important, um, writing clean code or delivering features quickly? Well, firstly, what is writing clean code and delivering features quickly? Writing clean code is writing the code for easy to read, easy to understand, and easy to maintain. And delivering features quickly is delivering the features to the customers, and after customer test the features, and they can give us feedbacks to fixes or change. Well, um, I think both of them are important, and which one is more important have to based on the time and based on the situation. For example, when the customer wants you to deliver the MVP as fast as you can, um, for them to they can give feedbacks and change the features. mm, we have to deliver features quickly to them to get the feedbacks. We cannot just focus on writing clean code and there are no features will delivered to them. So we cannot get any feedbacks because the customer never focus what have you coded in it. They just focus on the MVP. The they just focus on the features in the application. But for example, in my everyday university on some project, if I did not wrote the code clean um, at the beginning at the beginning of the semester, so at the end of the semester we usually face bugs. Every team will face bug, and it's really hard to um, maintain and or fix the bug because if the code is not clean, it's really hard to read and understand. So, in my opinion, both of them are important and crucial. So, it have to base on the situation, the time, and the what we need to uh, know which one is more important. Well, the fourth question is what is the difference between unit testing and the integration testing? Firstly, unit testing it tests individually the components or the service, while the integration testing will test how multiple components or services work together. The purpose of unit testing is to verify the logical in the code, to verify will the code can run on the line, can run on the branch, or can go through all the path, while the integration just focuses on the input and the output, and how the multiple services or components work together. For example, in unit testing in .NET, they usually use mock they usually mock to mock the other service. They don't care the other service. They just mocking it and test the individual service they are testing. While the integration testing, for example, they usually use HTTP client to call the real API to run through the controller to the end is the in-memory database or the real database to test how many components or services work together. That's the difference between unit testing and the integration testing. Well, my fifth question is imagine you are assigned a task with technology that you are not familiar with. So, what is your approach? Well, when I was assigned a task that that the technology involved that is not familiar with me. So I I need to understand the concept of what is it and how it works. So firstly, I will divided it into smaller parts, and plan what I need to learn first. For example, with entity framework core, I need to divide it into like what is the entity? How can I write the code for the entity in the class? And what is the relationship and how I can code it in the code first? Well, also I have to, and after that, I also have to learn about DB context or the DB set. Well, um, um, and after divided it and plan how I will learn it, I will read through the Microsoft documentation and ask the ChatGPT to more detailed explanation because it's really hard to read. Just read the Microsoft documentation. If the ChatGPT response is not obvious, I will watch more videos in the YouTube to for more detailed information. That's about my approach when I need to learn the new technology that I am not familiar with.